possibly the two most anticipated figures from the Ahsoka line of Star Wars The Black Series. The fallen Jedi, Baylan Skoll, and his apprentice, Shin Hati, numbers 9 and 10 in the line. Has the wait been worth it? Let's find out. What's good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus Humming coming at you again. Another action figure review. This time we're going to do a double take, as in two figures at once. This is from Star Wars The Black Series line, and I figure I do two at once. I rarely do Black Series figures. I don't really get much of a return in terms of viewership on these, so I refrain, because why go through all that trouble and don't get too much viewership. Anyway, that's not me trying to whine. That's just saying what it is. The reason that I actually pulled these two out to review is because they were highly anticipated from the Ahsoka series, probably the two most anticipated figures from that series. I know Baylan Skoll was, and it's been a minute, so the figure's been out there. People have been reviewing it, so you all probably already know what it is, what the big caveat with both of these figures are, and that would be the size issues. Baylan Skoll, portrayed by Ray Stevenson, R.I.P., was a big, intimidating character. Ray Stevenson's a tall guy. He's taller than I am, and I'm at 6'2", so that lets you know. And Shin was not, she wasn't a tall female at all. She was taller than Sabine, I believe. She may have been 5'6", 5'7", if I were to hazard a guess. And just looking at the packaging right there, you could see that they're more or less the same height. And that's absolutely ridiculous. And it is what it is. We'll get more into that when we open up the packages. One thing I do want to show right now, while we've got them in packaging, is the side art. As you can see, these two go together. Very nice. And they get to be lined up with the other figures in this line. Now that we have our two fallen Force wielders out of their packaging, we can see what's going on with them as they're on our rotating base. And you can see straight away, especially now that they are out of their packaging, that they're in and around the same height. Whatever infinitesimal difference there is, it's negligible, because Baylan should be a full head taller than Shin, but at the same time, Shin shouldn't be the height that she is. Both figures need to be their sizes, their respective sizes needed to be adjusted. Baylan needs to be taller. Shin needs to be shorter, and not just shorter than Baylan, just shorter, period. But it is what it is. This is what we get. And I know Hasbro has heard the complaints, so rest assured we're going to be double dipping on at least Baylan. They may think they can get away with Shin being her size if they just increase Baylan's size. So chances are we're going to see Baylan Skoll again, only on a bigger buck. And later on in the review, we'll see what size buck he probably should have been on. But for now, we're going to take a look at these two individually. And we'll start off with Shin Hati and then work our way up, figuratively speaking, to Baylan Skoll. As far as the appearance of the figure is concerned, not bad at all. I believe this is pretty accurate to what we saw on the show. I have to recall if our colors are right. As far as the face print is concerned, I've seen better. It doesn't really look too much like the actress that portrayed Shin, but still a decent head sculpt. We'll take a closer look at that and go over the figure as well. First, we'll take a look at Shin's lightsaber. As you can see, it's not quite red because she's not a Sith. It's more of an orange or blood orange coloration. Both Shin and Baylan had a controversy as their first releases, the first, set of the first round, if you will, of figures of those two. They had the wrong color lightsaber. They were all Sith red, and then it's been corrected. So I do not have that. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I was hit up about it. I also run a toy store, and somebody had seen my Baylan, and they wanted to know if I had any with the red lightsabers, which I did not. So yeah. Now, as far as Shin's lightsaber is concerned, it's got this nice hilt, which you can see here. Nice detailed, molded in black with some silver. So yeah, very, very nice. And of course, as always with lightsabers in Black Series, you can take apart the actual laser, or whatever you want to call the blade, from the hilt, and you get a ring at the end of the handle, and it can be affixed to a hook on Shin's waist. Looking at Shin herself, as you can see with that head sculpt, like I said, it's a nice image, but I just don't see old girl in this at all. Even when I turn her profile, I don't really get a sense of this looking like Shin. Maybe a little that way, or that could just be placebo and trying to convince myself. Same with the other side. She's got the that hairdo going on, which was, now that is how Shin was rocking her hair, and she had the little braid coming down her right side, as you could see there. And yeah, she gets that whole thing going on front to back. As far as the rest of her, you see her tunic there. It's got the V-style striping going across her torso from the upper to the lower torso, ending in like a point right there at the waist. She's got the black belt and an emblem at the buckle. And turn it to the sides, she's got her shoulder pads are independent. They're attached to her shoulder, so that's good. So you'll be able to get full rotation with that articulation there. And you see what's going on there. Her wrist gauntlets, they've got the readouts there. It's painted yellow and red there. And on the other side, you get the same thing. So pretty cool. You get similar colored, like, I don't know what you call these, waist guards, but you can see the coloring there. It's pretty cool. They're like silver, and they've got this weathering that's the same color as her skirt piece there. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then of course there is a skirt piece that's in two different colors, a beige and a kind of a greenish color right there. And you do have some patternings there. I don't know what that's supposed to be there, but that's what's going on. And then of course the boots, pretty nice. She's got the shin guards on them, and the actual shoe portions are molded in black. Her articulation, her head is on a dumbbell, and she could look up that much, down that much. She has her neck is also on a dumbbell, so you're getting that kind of movement there. Of course, you can 360 her, You can do T poses a little bit more than just a straight T pose, but that's pretty cool. She can rotate her shoulders 360. Oh, that didn't work out well. Let's see what happened there. Okay, that came back. I want to say, what was that? And she can, with her, she's got butterfly joints, so she can rear back. Let's see what we got going on here. She can rear back that far. And that translates going forward. She can get her arms that close together. This is Black Series, so you know you're going to get the single jointed swiveling elbows. And she has the swiveling wrists, and they are vertically hinged. They both have trigger fingers with nothing to shoot. And yeah, as far as her torso is concerned, she's got a diaphragm that can go forward that much. It's on a ball hinge, and she can go back like that much. She can lean side to side, and you get your rotation right there. As far as her hips are concerned, she's got slits in her skirt, so that affords great articulation that way. And she can kick her legs up despite the plastic, which it's a hard plastic, but not crazy hard, so it gives. She can get about 90 going forward. You get that much going back. And, of course, single-jointed swiveling knees. And toe articulation, she could point her toe that far forward, which isn't very far at all. That far up, her shin guards are definitely getting in the way. She does have a nice ankle pivot, and she's got holes, peg holes at the bottom of her feet. The hook for her lightsaber is located on the left side, just above her thigh. As you can see there, I've got the lightsaber already dangling. And now taking a look at Baylan's skull himself on our rotating base, I will say that we're not even going to, we've already discussed the height issue, talking about what we see visually speaking. The head sculpt, the face print, it's a pretty good one. It's in terms of the likeness to Ray Stevenson. It could have been better. It looks great. I won't lie, but in terms of likeness, it leaves somewhat to be desired. But it's passable. It's serviceable, and definitely looks more like Ray on certain angles when you get that profile. And also, I'm looking above, looking kind of like down on him. I can see Ray, but straight ahead, I lose it a little bit. As far as his attire is concerned, now that is dope in my estimation. You know, he wears black and he's got that the blue weathering, like it was originally that color blue, and over time it's been faded out. As evident by, if you look at that right arm, it's got a lot of that blue left with some black peeking through, and then when you look on the other side, even though the shoulder pads have got the blue peeking through, there's not as much on it on that right side. So definitely nice touch there. Baylan's lightsaber is same as Shin's. It is orange because he's not a Sith, and of course he's not a Jedi. So this blood red orange style color, and also it is longer than the average lightsaber. So you do have that. As far as the hilt, you can see the work done there. Turn it over. It also has the ring so it can hang, molded in black, and then you see the silver there. And of course, it too can detach. Always have to be careful because those pegs that it attaches with are very small and you could snap them. But yep, there you go. Taking a look at Baylan head on, it's not as bad as I kind of made out. I guess I was hoping for a little bit more. It's like I said, it's still serviceable. It's cool. When you turn profile, you can get more of Ray Stevens that way and more of Ray Stevenson this way. Definitely this way. I can definitely see him that way. The the hair is on point white, and it's got the dark wash in there, so that's pretty nice. He's got that beard going, so that's cool. And you see what I'm talking about in terms of the weathering of that blue, like it's been, slowly chipping away or whatever, or faded away is probably more accurate. But pretty cool. He has the same style of tunic as Shin, or I should say Shin has the same as he does, with the way how the lines go across diagonally, coming to a point all the way down to his waist. And then when you look at his waist, he's got the black belt and that nice emblem that he's got there as a belt buckle. And he's got the skirt pieces. Looking at the arm, you see the shoulder pads. It's got that weathering. And then he too, on his wrist gauntlets, he's got some silver paint there. Doesn't have the yellow and red that Shin's had for the readout. And then, of course, the tops of his hands, he's got that. And same thing with the other side. So, yeah, as far as his legs are concerned, get it away from the skirt piece, black, until you get to the boots. And then, of course, his shin guard, same thing. He's got that blue weathering. And, yeah, pretty nice. His articulation, his head is on a dumbbell. He can look up that far, down that far. His neck is also on a dumbbell, so you're getting a lot of that. And, of course, the 360. His pads are also on his shoulders. He can do a T-pose. He can 360 it, single jointed, swiveling in terms of the elbows, swiveling wrists, and both hands have the vertical hinge, and he's got two trigger finger. Actually, the right is less of a trigger finger. The index finger comes out some, but not fully triggered like on the left. So yeah, there is that. He doesn't have butterfly joints, so his rearing isn't going to be all that. For sure, his rearing isn't going to be all that. And of course, that means the same thing for going forward. As far as his waist is concerned, he's got that ball hinge, so he can go forward that much. He can go back that much. He can go side to side, and of course, he can swivel. That noise was the sound of Shin falling over. He's got the slits in his skirt piece, so he can Van Damme it. That's cool. He can get his legs up to 90, go back that much. He does have the swiveling knees, single jointed, obviously. Now, because of the nature of his boot attachments there, coming down the way they do, articulation is wanting when it comes to the ankles. He can only get his toe up that far, down that far, and ankle pivot is there, but you're not going to get much of it. He does have holes, peg holes at the bottom of his feet. His attachment for his lightsaber is located on his right side, just above the thigh, as you can see as I've got the lightsaber connected up. Here's a difference in the sizes of the lightsabers. You tell me, whose is whose? I'm not going to do too many comparisons, simply because the main reason why I pulled these two out was to add them to my Ahsoka display up in the trophy room. And so yeah, I figured I'd unleash these two and make a review before they get put in there. They're the last two, at least for now, pieces of the Ahsoka puzzle. And speaking of Ahsoka, that's who we have there in the center. This is the figure from The Mandalorian. Here's Baylan with Darth Vader redeemed. And The reason I brought Darth Vader out is because, so you can see the differences in sizes. There is no way Ray Stevenson, or let's keep it a buck, Baylan Skoll should be this short in comparison to Vader. Vader is tall. I think that they're around the same height. Maybe Vader would be a little bit taller simply because he's wearing armor. So I will grant that, but this size difference is egregious. Now, this comparison goes back to the beginning of the review where I said I'd like to give my opinion on what size buck Baylan should have been on. We have, from Gaming Greats, on our left, Darth Malgus. Now, I think that that's way too big, obviously. This guy's even bigger than Darth Vader. On the right, we have Darth Malak. Now, Malak is just a little bit shorter than Darth Vader figures. I know because before I started recording this segment, I matched Malak and Vader up, and Malak is just a little bit shorter than Vader. I think Malak's size would be perfect for Baylan. If you guys think maybe just a little bit shorter than Malak, I can get with that too. But if we had to choose, I would say Malak is the right size for Baylan Skoll. What do you guys think? Let me know. So to sum up this review of the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Ahsoka Disney Plus show Baylan Skoll number 9 and Shin Hati number 10, these figures highly anticipated and highly disappointing. I can't mince words. And it's basically because of the height. I mean, if we could get, if we exclude the height, not bad. Baylan's likeness is pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's not perfect, but it's more than serviceable. Shin's likeness is serviceable, not as serviceable as Baylan's. And it's still a nice head sculpt. The likeness head-on just isn't there for me. I can see Ivana, I believe that's her first name in real life. I can see some of her in some diagonal profile shots. But that's about it. The height is just grating on me. The Baylan's costume, I love it. I love that blue shading, that blue-green shading. That looks like that's what the original colors were, but they faded over time. I love how it's applied. And the caveat, another caveat, are because of the nature of their footwear, their ankle joints are they're problematic at best. It took a minute for me to get them in standing poses because you don't get much tilt or forward or back motion with the feet. So that is an issue as well. But this is what we got, and I can almost guarantee we're going to see Baylan Skoll again. Hopefully we'll see Shin also, as hopefully they'll make her shorter, but most definitely they need to make Baylan taller. Because even if they cheap out and don't give us a shorter Shin, we can get away with it, having her next to Baylan if Baylan's height is adjusted. And once again, I believe the right height for him would be the same size as the Gaming Greats Darth Malak. So, yeah, that's what we got. Let me know what you guys think about these two figures. What are your opinions on the figures themselves? What are your opinions on, do you agree or disagree with me on Darth Malak being the right size buck for Baylan, or what do you suggest? Let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up while you're down there. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that too. And if you want to be notified for the next time I upload a video, hit that notification bell down there as well. I'm going to review a little bit later the Mandalorian from the Book of Boba Fett series, because I know we've been there, done that with a million Din Djarin's, Mandos, But this one is dope because Hasbro has to get their flowers on how nice the the Beskar armor is, and you'll see for yourself when I review that. But before I even get to that, I'm going to resume my zigzag procedure with the Avengers Void Wave and the Spider-Man No Way Home wave, and that's how it'll be done.